Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dragon's Lair. My name is Brent. Today we're going to be going back over some more toys again, as I just did a toy video here either last week or the week before or whatever. But I'm just so far behind on showing off toys I got, but we're just going to get right into some. Most of these are like thrift store or yard sale. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But we're just going to get right into this. Which this one's, I left the price tag on. This was from my neighbor's closet thrift store for $2. I don't know if you can see that. $2. But this is I believe McFarlane Batman. Looks like a scuba mat Batman. I don't know if he's complete or not. Hopefully he is. If you don't know, I am a sucker for Batman. Love Batman figures, love Batman comics, stuff like that. But for $2, I'll take them used any day of the week. And then that same day out of the quarter bins, I also got these two like ninja looking figures. And I don't remember what they're called. They're not Power Rangers, but they're some like ninja set from Japan or whatever. I can't remember. But they are kind of cool. They're either late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there. Something like that. But I thought that was pretty cool. Quarter a piece. Can't go wrong on those. And then from another thrift store, I can't remember what this thing is called, but I believe this is the 80s version of it, and it's like a Transformer knockoff, but I believe this was before the Transformers, and I want to say this is what they based the Dinobots on, like Grimlock was based on this toy, because this toy was like early 80s. He's called like Rexbot or something like that, Rex Boy, or I don't know. He's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, either way. But very, very cool. This was at Goodwill for, I don't know, $1.49. I went in, I looked through the toys, and I was like, well, there ain't nothing there. And I look on the floor. He's just laying on the floor. And I was like, well, dang, that looks like old plastic there. Plastic I had as a kid. So for $1.49, I thought that was pretty darn cool. I'll take that all day long. And then I can't remember what this figure is called. I remember looking it up. I want to say it was maybe part of the McFarlane line, but I can't remember. But this is some kind of weird, like, Tyrannosaurus Rex. He might not be McFarlane. I can't remember what series. He looks cool as anything, whatever it is. I guess it's like a mechanical Tyrannosaurus Rex. But this was $1.49 at Goodwill in Wellsboro. His tail does move around a little bit. He's got a little bit of articulation on him. But very cool either way. And then another score I got, these are Lego figures. Now, I'm not the biggest Lego collector. My son collects them like crazy. He's running out of room in his room. He's 27, 28. I think he's going to be 28. But he's running out of room. But he was shocked when I got this. So you can see the price tag on there. Maybe you can see it. For $1.99. And this is just a bag of minifigures. And most of them are like Jurassic Park, I believe, or Jurassic World, whatever, like the first one or whatever. And I think he said there's a Nightwing in here. I'm not going to take these out of the baggies, because I would probably lose them. Which it looks like, I mean, it does look like this one doesn't have the head in there. I think that's supposed to be the boy. I remember playing the video games. I don't remember any of their names. So $2 for all these minifigures. I don't think you can go wrong, because most of them are probably worth way more than that. Somebody was trying to sell them for $1.25. Yard sale probably. Which this might be Nightwing here. My son said Nightwing was in this package, so. And I did play all like the Lego video games and stuff. I played them all with my kids. I did enjoy playing those games. Yeah, see, here's the girl, and she's missing her head too. So both the kids are missing their heads. But, you know, is what it is. But for $1.99, I'd say that was a score and a half, and that was right at Goodwill. Oop, dropped one. Don't want to lose that. I'd say even if they're worth $5 a piece. Definitely worth it in my opinion. I'll sit that over here, I guess. And then Of course, you know I'm a G.I. Joe fan, so Dollar Tree, $1.25, $1.75 tree, whatever they are now, have 3 G.I. Joe figures, which this is Snake Eyes. Kind of hard to see him. Then we got my man Cobra Commander. And we got Duke. I'm a bigger Flint fan. Flint's my man. But that is what it is. It is what it is. And then at one yard sale I stopped at, it's actually my buddy Ron, who has an antique shop, but down underneath the antique shop, you got to drive all the way around on the back street to get to the basement. He's starting to sell out of there like a yard sale like once a month. He's got his grandson helping him. It's a way for his grandson to make some money and stuff like that. But he had a whole tray of Ninja Turtles there. $5 for the whole thing. Which some of them are modern. I believe some of them are vintage. But we got some Ninja Turtles. Like I said, all these turtles are $5 total. Which some of them are more modern, or look more modern at least. Got my boy Mikey. This is probably like a McDonald's toy or something. Push button. Don't really care about that one too much. No weapons on these guys, I don't believe. I think this one's vintage too. I can't remember. I'm sure it's not one of the rare ones. It also came with like whatever this is. I don't know. The kid said they're all Ninja Turtles there. Says it's all part of it. Which I know this one is vintage. I do have this one. If I can get his arm to move here. It's like Detective. Is that Donnie? I think it's Detective Donnie. Which I know that one's vintage. And this one, his arm fell off. I might have it here. I don't know. We also have. Is this Rocksteady? I can't remember. This is definitely a more modern version. Looks cool. It had a $4 price tag on him. He sells toys up in the antique shop too, but this is part of it. I'm not going to complain for the price. And this one looks vintage, but it could be a reprint. I'm not sure. Leo action there. And this one looks a little dirty, but we got another Detective Donnie. And then there's also, I don't want to lose them all these weapons with it. So we got an arrow. We got whatever this is. He says, the kid said it was part of the Ninja Turtles. Got this helmet, which I don't think this helmet was part of the Ninja Turtles, but it was in there, so. Got a nice little sai. We got whatever this like baseball bat is. Got a little like missile. So I'm not even sure what some of this stuff is. Maybe you guys know. I don't know. Looks like another arrow. Another sai. Some kind of mace or something. Whatever the heck that thing is. Big old shuriken. We got the arm that fell off the one guy, I believe. I can't even remember. Yeah. It's actually Leo. Actually, more like rubbery, so we got it right back on there. And then we got another little shuriken. But all those Ninja Turtles there were $5. Oh, got another piece here. Whatever the heck that is. Actually, I had these in my vehicle and he didn't have a bag to give me, so I took them to the car and I used my winter cap that was in there, that I left in there from winter. I just put them all in that so I wouldn't lose them. Anyways, we also got, this was a quarter bin find at my neighbor's closet, Sala from Indiana Jones, which I believe this is modern. This isn't like a vintage one. His arms move, that's about it. Yeah, his head doesn't even move. He's like frozen in time. And what else have we got here? All right. So on to some more yard sale scores. Everything else here, well, not everything, but the bulk of it, all came about because of Addison's townwide yard sales. So the first up, we got this figure, Octane. I don't know if that's the figure's name or not. This was $1 at a yard sale. No weapons, but looks freaking awesome. Cool looking figure. I don't know much about whatever series that is from. And we also got this Fortnite figure with his little like war club like thing, whatever it is. This was in a 10-cent bin at a kid's yard sale. I gave him a quarter for it. I was like, yeah, just keep change. So I paid a quarter for it. It was originally 10 cents. And I know like Fortnite's not that popular, but you know, I think they're cool little figures, and they kind of look like they're compatible with G.I. Joe, so I'll try not to mix these up too much. Hopefully get them all here. And we also got this little Snoopy figurine for $1. Little Joe Cool. My brother is actually a big Snoopy fan. I like Snoopy too, so I grew up with Snoopy. But I thought that was pretty cool for $1. And then at another yard sale, there's a whole box of stuff for a quarter a piece. And I got a vintage, I believe this is the AT-AT driver. It's either the driver or commander. I think it's the driver. All-Terrain Armored Transport, I believe is what AT-AT stood for. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I have that figure, but, you know, either way, you could troop build with them anyway, so. Which is something I will probably do. Make sure I'm not losing any pieces. And then for $1, I got all these Mario figures. We got Luigi. That was Princess Peach. Got another Loogie. Hawka Loogie. We got Toadstool. We got another version of Toadstool or whatever his name is. And then we got Mario. I'm pretty sure I paid like $1 or 50 cents for all those. And then last thing I got, I didn't get these at the yard sale, but there was one yard sale up there. Everything was $1, and I grabbed a bunch of. There's like DVDs and video games and stuff like that, and I grabbed a whole bunch of DVDs. Most of them were like series, sets, stuff like that. I mean, $1 a piece, and they weren't even open. So, which I'll have them on a DVD video later somewhere, and whenever I get to it. Oh, Fox is out in the field now. Good old Foxy. I got a fox. I'm pretty sure she's got a den up here. She keeps coming and she takes food and stuff over, but hopefully I see her kids come out with her. I posted a picture on Facebook. If you ever send me a friend request on Facebook, I'm sure you can find me if you look hard enough. But anyways, I got all these movies there, and what was I gonna say? I'm missing a figure here. Where it went? I know I'm missing a figure. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. And they had this Indian there, and it looked. I don't know what the Indian was. Maybe it was Crazy Horse. The other one looked like it wasn't an Indian, but it looked like Wild Bill Hickok. But the Wild Bill Hickok had like a busted arm, so I left that there. I was like, well, it's busted. It's not really worth a whole lot to me. But I took the Indian and I went and Google searched it, and it said it was like an 80 set, and it was probably, you know, like a 6 to 8 inch figure, probably 6-inch figure, kind of like a hard rubber, I guess you could say. At least that's what it felt like. And when I stopped back down in Mansfield, my buddy Ron was having his garage sale again. So when I got the turtles, that was at one like a month ago, and then I stopped there, and I told him about this figure, and I showed it to him, and he's like, hey, that's cool. I'd put that up in my shop for at least $20. And I was like, well, what would you trade me for? You know, because hey, I'll trade for stuff. And I know he's got lots of Star Wars stuff, and he doesn't have as much G.I. Joe stuff in his store, but he's got lots of Star Wars stuff. So I picked out some figures he had in the bin. Not all these are Star Wars, but he said, I tell you what, this figure and $5, and you can have all these figures, which I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures for basically $6. I was $6 into it. So part of my trade, we did get a, I can't show you the Indian because I traded it to him. But we got, I believe this is 25th anniversary Firefly. No weapons. But I do have this figure, as I got him in a quarter bin just like that. So I've got 2 of them now. We also got a Jawa, which I believe this is 90s. But that's okay. You know, you can troop build with that stuff. And we got an Ewok. We got another Ewok. We got a, like, invisible, I don't know if I'd say invisible, but we got a Darth Vader. Be cool if I would have had his lightsaber, but that is pretty cool. Which I don't think I have this one. So, and then we also got a vintage General Akbar. A little bit yellowed on his legs and stuff like that, but not too bad. And then we also got a Mask figure, which I believe this is the main figure in Mask. I don't know. I know who Mask was, but I don't remember ever having a lot of Mask as a kid. I might have had a couple, but I thought that was pretty cool. So I was $6 in for all those figures. So no complaints there. And let's see. On to another Ollie's figure. We actually got, because we're doing Ninja Turtles, but we got Leo in Disguise. These were newer Turtles they did. I always wanted the Mikey, but man, they were like $25 at Walmart. So I never got the Mikey, but I found the Leo at Ollie's. Bought out the Big Lots building when Big Lots went out, and I don't know if they bought all their stock or whatever, but this was in there for $12.99, and I was like, well, that's half the price of what Walmart had it for. Maybe it was $20 they had it for. But so I did get Leo in Disguise. I'd like to got all 4 turtles. That'd have been cool, but that just wasn't in the cards. And then the last little bit I got here, these are just some figures I picked up down to Ozone Toys down in Williamsport, PA. So we got my man Wolverine here for $3. If you don't know, I'm a sucker for Wolverine. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, $3. $3 for an action figure, you can't beat that. And then we also got a couple Star Wars figures, which these are modern Star Wars figures. I got another Marvel figure here too. I didn't realize it. I remember I bought it now. But these are battle droids with blaster rifle, which I don't know if you can see that price tag. He had them down to $1. You can't move his Star Wars stuff there, so I mean $1 a figure. And I understand these are more modern. Nobody wants the modern stuff, but you know, I think it'd be cool to build some dioramas with some of these, and you know, you can troop build with the battle droids and stuff like that. So, like I said, these were both $1 a piece. Can't complain over that. And then we also got Marvel's Dark Hawkeye for $1. $1, one doll hair. For a doll hair, you can't go wrong. I guess it's all stuff he just can't move. And the last thing I believe I'm going to show in this video was an open Funko Pop for $1. Which we're going to take him right out of the package. Which you can see the price tag, $1. One doll hair. We got a Donatello in like Japanese garb, I guess. Was this like from the 3rd movie, maybe? I don't know. Kind of neat either way. But that is all I believe I have for this video. I'll have some more toy videos coming up soon. I'm going to do some unboxing and stuff like that, and some other videos. And I still got to do from the previous toy video I did, the Transformers from Loki's that I bought. That I wasn't going to put together because I didn't want to lose any pieces. But I'm going to put them together and show them in a video pretty soon. Eventually, hopefully. Hopefully I can get around to it. But that's all I got for this one. You know, thanks for watching, guys. You know, like, comment, subscribe. It's all cool. It's all good. See ya. Oh, and Zoltan.